Hey Brick fans, welcome to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob, and today I'm interviewing Brickstar. Yes, it's right, I am interviewing Bricktsar today, and I'm sure most of you don't need an introduction of this guy, but if there's a few out there who doesn't know who he is, I'd like to say that he is one of the foremost collectors of Lego. He's got an immense collection, and he's showing it all on his channel, Brickstar. So head over there and check it out. He's got more than a couple of thousand videos, I think, and more than 35 million views at this point. He's also got more than 50,000 subscribers. So this is one of the big guys. I'm very proud to present Brickstar, Mr. Jaabo himself. Here he is.
Well, hello, Jacob, and everybody over here at Brick Bakery watching this video. I'm so happy to be here in this series. It's one of my favorite that you do over here at Brick Bakery. So I'm looking forward to answering the questions. I'm Jaabo. The channel's Bricktsar. Anything about Lego and YouTube, I'm always happy to talk about. So looking forward to this.
Thank you, Brickstar. Thank you for coming out. It is wonderful to have you here, and I've really been looking forward to making this interview. I am so happy that you actually like this series of videos because I really like doing them, and I think it's a wonderful way to meet people here on YouTube. But let's start out with first things first. Now, when it comes to Lego, we all have a certain passion for it, and I'm wondering, where do you think your passion for Lego comes from?
So I've had a lot of people ask me, when did you start collecting Lego? What was your first set? But this of where does the passion come from? I don't even think I've thought about that. That's a very good question, because I definitely have a passion for Lego. I definitely love it, and I've definitely loved it my whole life. So why do I have that passion? Where does it come from? Well, as a person, when I think about the different interests that I have, I've always loved science. Even before I went to school, I was interested in nature and animals. I've always been interested in how things work, that curiosity in me. And so, when I went to school, that's what I studied. I studied science. I love physics. And I think that it ties in with Lego. Lego it's a combination of art and science. So I think that's why you get a lot of people that are into architecture or other applied sciences. You got people that are artistic. So there's any of a number of reasons, but I think I come from the more scientific, I guess, perspective, in that I love seeing how these things are designed. I am not great at designing things, but I love building the sets. I love seeing how the parts work together to interlock to give you a structure that's, when it's complete, it's stable. Well, except for that one garbage truck. But for the most part, it's stable. And, the Technic sets amaze me with the gears that work and things like that. So I think it's my love of science and exploration. That's probably where that passion for Lego comes from.
I think you're absolutely right about that. I think a lot of Lego fans have their interest in Lego based on science and construction and such. And when you mention the artistic, I think you're right too. I think some Lego fans have their passion based in making something aesthetic, something beautiful. So I think that's a pretty good answer. I wonder, what is your best Lego related memory?
Very interesting question, because I have early Lego memories, but what is your best Lego memory? And it'd have to be doing things. What is my best Lego memory? Killing that bug. What is my best Lego memory? It has to be sharing that passion with my children, seeing them building. Okay. All right, so I've had some time to think about the answer to this question, because right in the middle of starting my answer, I had to go to work. And so that was like 6 hours ago. And now I'm back finishing this. It only seemed like a second to you. But anyway, What is my best Lego memory? It's the time I didn't have to go to work. No. I think sometimes the memories you want to associate with people, I'm going to separate that because I've had a lot of good experiences, whether it be going to Brick Fair or to Philly Brick Fest or just meeting people in general. The time I spent with my family, my children growing up, that's all special. But I'm going to focus just on the Lego part of that because it says, what is your best memory, Lego-related memory? And I would have to say it is a purchase I made off of eBay. I call it the Grady Tomlinson collection because I had a little folder that came with it that said Grady Tomlinson, and it had like Playmobil and Lego flyers in there, like different pamphlets and stuff in there. All of the stuff was vintage from the late 70s through the 80s. So it's a kid that was probably about my age in his collection. And I didn't pay a whole lot for it. And when it came to my house, it came in 4 boxes. And I was like, what? What? And the reason I had purchased this is because one of the pictures, I don't even know if there were that many pictures, and I wish I'd saved them. But it had pieces that went to the Yellow Castle, which is right here. This is the set. It came from the Grady Tomlinson collection. It was pretty much complete, but that was not all. It had classic space sets from that time period, from 1978 to the mid-80s. It had a bunch of them, a bunch of classic space sets. It had some town sets. I think there were even some Fabuland sets in there. It was just an amazing, amazing collection, and I got it for, with shipping, I think it was less than $100, and it was just this massive collection. So that was the fun of going through that, and then all the sets were in really good condition. Just had to piece them together. That was all. It had the instructions. I mean, it was just awesome lot. It's one of those dream purchases that I'll probably never experience anything like that again. And as someone who likes collecting vintage Lego, that was very special because it helped me get some things that I really wanted, like the Yellow Castle. And it was a lot of fun building those sets that were in that collection.
Making a wonderful purchase like that is definitely something you would remember for a long time. I've made something like that a couple of times, nothing in the degree that you have, but I can identify, I think, and I think some Lego fans out there might be able to identify with it as well. So I think that is a really, really interesting answer. So you mentioned collecting Lego, and I'm wondering, what is the goal for your Lego collection and why?
This is an interesting question. What is my goal with my collection? I do like to complete certain themes, and I do work on like even completing certain years. I'm working on some of the mid-70s. I do want to get... I have a list of themes that I want to complete that's so large it's ridiculous. As a goal, I don't want every set ever made. I don't even want all the sets that are coming out today. I don't collect nearly all the themes anymore. I just had, originally it was get the sets I wanted as a kid that I missed, and I've pretty much got all of those now. As an adult, when you have more resources, more funds, and you can go to eBay and stuff, didn't have that as a kid. I can afford the stuff now, so I was able to get all those sets that I dreamed about getting as a kid. And then sadly, I also learned about a lot of sets that I didn't know about as a kid that I wanted, and got those too. So I'm in a good place in that I've got most of the old stuff that I wanted. I still look for a few things. I don't know what I'm going to do, because the one thing is with vintage Lego, they're not going to be making it anymore. So once you get everything that you want, then there's no more to get. So I think, though, as far as my goal with my collection, I would love to have it organized. Even if everything's not built, I would love to have things grouped together by themes or years or both. And so I did a series of videos where I was just cataloging things, just putting them in a box. Didn't care if they were all the same theme or all from the same year. It's just whatever sets I had, just get them in a box, take up as least amount of space as possible, inventory it so I know where it is. So when I need to go find it, I can find it, and I don't run into the problems like I'm having right now where I'm looking for a partial set that was in a box over there like 6 months ago, and now today I don't know where I put it. I would love to have my collection be where I know where everything is. And I don't. I've worked with my Bricklink store. I know where everything's there. I know where the boxes that I've inventoried, but there's still a whole sea of stuff here that I don't know where anything is. I'm so unorganized, so that would be the thing. Get my collection organized where if I'm looking for a particular set or a piece or things to build a mock, I can just go get it and it's right there. I don't have to think about it.
I think that getting organized is one of the things many LEGO fans can identify as one of the major problems for their collection. I know everything about that, and I really try to stay organized, but at some point you just have to realize that you have too much. And I can sort of recognize the where is that sensation that you describe. And I also think that the initial idea of sort of finishing the collection you never finished as a kid is something that most adult fans of Lego can identify with. At least I can, because I think that's pretty much the way I thought about my Lego collection when I found my old box of Lego again. But speaking of collections, I'm wondering, do you have any advice, or what is your best advice for Lego collectors on YouTube?
What is my best advice for Lego collectors? And he also mentioned YouTubers, so I want to start with the Lego collector. I'm going to answer both of those here. And it's simple, is just collect the things you like. Don't get into speculation. Don't do like I've done and buy things just because they're cheap, just because they're on sale. Because what will happen is you'll find yourself with a lot of Chima and things like that. So you'll never go wrong if the only sets that you buy are ones that you like. And that may sound like it's obvious, but I think a lot of times we say, oh, I got to get this, or I got to get this, or that's a cool promotion. They got this Ninjago promotion. I gotta buy the $75 worth of Ninjago product so I can get this free promotion. Then you're like, wait a minute, I don't even collect Ninjago. So one of the things I know I have a collection that seems like it's out of control, and I guess you could say that's true, but I did downsize on certain things. Like, you can't see it here because they don't have them over here, but all of the Star Wars, I no longer collect all the Star Wars. I had an original goal of collecting every Star Wars set, and that ended pretty soon because it became clear that I wasn't going to be able to afford to do that. But I picked things within that theme that I like. So I collect the X-Wing fighters. And the same thing with other themes. I don't collect all the city sets. But there are themes that I will get everything. Like if it's anything dinosaurs, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get all the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, anything with a dinosaur, I'm going to get it. So I'm really kind of bummed out they got that one that I'll never be able to get because it was a giveaway set that's pretty exclusive. So that's disappointing with stuff like that. But anyway, just collect the things you love and love the things you collect, and you can't go wrong with that. Now, as far as advice for Lego YouTubers, it's the same thing. Just make videos about things that you like. I know if you watch tutorials on YouTube and growing on YouTube, they'll talk a lot about looking at your analytics and, making the videos have good metadata and good thumbnails and all that. And at the end, the only true happiness that you'll have is you just share things that you love, and that's why you're sharing them. And you're sharing them to know other people. If you get caught up in the analytics, and it becomes like it's a job instead of fun, just make it fun. And it'll be fun for you, and it'll be fun for people that watch your videos.
That is excellent advice. Letting your interests and your love for something guide what you do in your collection and on YouTube is just spot on, I think. But speaking of great advice for collecting, I'm wondering what your biggest regret is related to collecting Lego.
What's my biggest regret? Well, I actually alleviated what was previously my biggest regret. Previously, the biggest regret was we sold the Grand Carousel, which was a really neat set. I had gotten frustrated with it though, and I sold it for a lot of money. And then I later regretted it. When my son found out, he actually didn't know I sold it. And well, somebody listed it on eBay just recently, and I was able to get it at basically the price I sold mine for. And this one, I haven't put it back together yet to verify it's complete, but it actually, I think, is in better condition than the one I had. The one I had, the stickers were coming off. This one, the stickers are all on there, so it seems to be a better condition set to the one. But I can't call that a regret now because I have it. So my biggest regrets, I don't know if I have any regrets. Looking at the large size of my collection, I think my biggest regret is I didn't have a system of keeping things organized and stick to it from the beginning. And for instance, I've bought a lot of bulk lots on eBay, and some of them are still in the condition they were in when I bought them. I haven't washed them. I haven't sorted them. I may have taken a few pieces out. I may have looked through them and got some pieces I needed out of them. My son's probably gone through and got pieces out of them. He knows which ones are the bulk lots and which ones are my sets. So having a system of organization for my personal collection, that's my biggest regret. I know a lot with YouTube. We've seen a lot of people that they're getting back into the hobby, you know, had kind of a dark age when they were younger, and now they're getting back into the hobby, and you got, as an adult, you can afford more. So as you're building up your collection, make sure you plan how you're going to organize it. Because one thing I've learned from watching everybody else is, like, no matter what the size of your collection is, it's going to fill up the space that you have. So if you just got a small table, it's going to get full. If you got a room, it's going to get full. If you got a basement, it's going to get full. So plan how you organize it.
Thank you for all your insightful comments and answers. Unfortunately, this is all we have time for today, and I would like to say thank you to you, Brickstar, for coming out. It's been great making this interview with you, and I really enjoyed our little chat.
So thank you, Jacob. I really enjoyed answering your questions. I hope you and your viewers found it informative and maybe funny or entertaining. I don't know. I still don't, after 7 years of doing YouTube as a Lego YouTuber, I still don't know what I'm doing. But one thing I do know, I love Lego. I love having fun. I love talking to other people that love Lego. You can't go wrong there. So anyway, thanks so much, and look forward to your future videos.
So that was Brickstar, Mr. Jaabo himself. I hope you liked this little interview. And if you did, head over to his channel right now, because he is doing an interview with me where we're talking about all things Lego as well. But that's all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you guys next Monday.
What is my best Lego memory? Killing that bug.